The candle guttered in the ossuary crypt, its flame licking the jawbone of a saint. Brother-Sergeant Kael Voss knelt on flagstones slick with his own blood, wrists bound by Rosari's wire that burned hotter than Prometheum. Above him, the exorcist. Chaplain intoned the litany of binding in a voice like grinding ceramite. Open the gate, aspirant. Let the fiend in. Kael's heart's hammered. He had volunteered, begged for this. The Veilbreaker, right? 1 in 13 survived. The rest became hollow husks, or worse. A pressure bloomed behind his eyes, wet and eager. Hello, little monk, the demons whisper, tasted of rust and choir boys' screams. Shall we dance? The crypt door sealed with a hiss of incense and hydraulics. 12 aspirants ringed the chamber, faces hidden behind rebreather masks. Kael was the 13th. Always the 13th. The chaplain, Father Malachi, his augmetic eye, a cold rib lifted the reliquary sensor. Inside coiled a sliver of warp, taken from the eye itself, captured during the 13th Founding's secret crusade. Exorcists are not born, Malachi growled. We are forged in the fire of the enemy. The sensor cracked. Black vapor poured out, threading into Kael's nostrils like barbed wire. His spine arched. The demon slithered. Name me, priest boy. I have worn 1,000 skins. Kael bit his tongue until copper flooded his mouth. You have no name here. Wrong. A laugh like breaking glass. I am the echo of every oath you'll break. His knees hit stone. The other aspirants chanted, voices overlapping into a drone that rattled the bones in the walls. Kael's vision tunneled. The demon painted memories across his mind. A child's hand reaching from a burning hablock. A space wolf's howl, cut short by a daemonette's kiss. The Emperor's own voice, distant, wary whispering, forgive them, for they know not. Kael retched. A demon settled, coiling around his heart like a second skin. Malachi's. Crozius sparked. Bite. Voss, or become the cage. Calais roared. The sound was not his own. The demon's claws raked his thoughts and found a memory locked behind gene-seed firewalls. A sigil. A date. 31. The Emperor's own hand, signing the Exorcist's charter. In blood not his own. 3 days later, Kael woke in the restraints humming. His battle brothers stood vigil. Brother Tyrus, the squad's jokester, and Brother Lorne, whose silence was louder than bolter fire. You screamed the Emperor's name backward, Tyrus said, tossing a ration pack. Even ghosts hate paperwork. Eternal forms in triplicate. Kael's laugh cracked like dry ice. The demon stirred, amused. They think you won. Cute. Training began at dawn. The Exorcist's fortress monastery on Banished Prime was a hive of gothic arches and screaming gargoyles. Kael sparred with that bled warpicor when struck. Each blow echoed with the demon's commentary. Sloppy? Your elbow drops. Let me correct, he ignored it. Mostly, but at night, the whispers grew teeth. Kael dreamed of the 13th Founding, not the official records, but truth. 1,000 gray nights, gene seed, tainted by demonic resonance. The Emperor's last resort. Bind the corruption, weaponize it. Exorcists were born from that desperate alchemy. He woke with the demon's name on his tongue. Zaraphiston. Good boy. During live fire drills, Kael's bolter spoke in tongues. Rounds curved mid-flight, punching through targets with impossible precision. Tyrus clapped his pauldron. Freaky, but effective. Lorne only stared, his augmetic eyeward, scanning. That night, Lorne cornered Kael in the armory. You're leaking, he said. Warp residue. Malachi will purge you. Kael's hand found his combat knife. The demon purred. Let me out. Just a taste. He didn't, but the knife's edge kissed Lorne's throat before Kael yanked it back. I'm in control, he lied. Lorne's silence followed him like a curse. A vox bee crackled inily in the dark. Aspirant Voss to the reliquary. Now the sensor it's singing. The reliquary was a tomb of failed aspirants' husks. In alcoves, eyes stitched shut, the sensor floated midair, spinning slowly. Its warp smoke formed faces, every exorcist who'd broken. Malachi waited, Crozius glowing. The demons rooted deeper than we thought. You're a liability. Kael stepped forward. Zaraphiston laughed through his mouth. Liability. I'm the key. The chaplains, I narrowed, exclaimed. Kael's voice split his own, and something ancient. The 13th Founding wasn't a curse, so as penance. The Emperor bound 1,000 demons into gene seed to spare the Imperium. We're not weapons. We're confessors. Malachi's grip tightened. Heresy, no. Kael said, eyes bleeding light. Mercy. The sensor shattered. Warp fire erupted, revealing a hololith. The Emperor on the golden throne. Younger. Eyes haunted. His voice recorded, fragmented. They will hate what they must become. But the veil thins. Someone must stand in the gap. The demon surged. Kael's body convulsed as Zaraphiston tried to puppet him. Tyrus and Lorne burst in, bolters raised. Voss, fight it! Tyrus bellowed. Kael fell to his knees. The demon's claws raked his soul, offering power. Burn them, rule them, be free. He saw his brother's faces, scarred, loyal, terrified. No, Kael whispered. You don't get to choose who I am. He reached inward, past the demon's lies, to the sigil from his vision. The Emperor's mark, a binding older than the chapter, with a scream that shattered stained glass. Kael spoke the true name, not Zarathustin's, but the Emperor's secret syllable for exile. The demon howled. Black fire poured from Kael's eyes, coalescing into a shrinking orb. Malachi slammed his Crozius down, banishing it to the warp. Silence. Kael collapsed, human again. Mostly, but in the orb's fading light, a final whisper. The Emperor's confession was only the first. Ask your chaplain why the censer still sings. Weeks later, Kael stood vigil over the reliquary's ruins. The chapter council had declared him exorcist, first to survive with the demon named and bound. Tyra slapped his back. Welcome to the madhouse, Veilbreaker, Lauren said. Nothing, but left a data slate. Coordinates to a pre-imperial ruin on Banish's moon. Kael went alone. Darun was a cathedral of bone and circuitry, walls etched with the same sigil from his vision. At its heart, another censer, older, inside, not one demon, thousands. The original 1,000, bound by the Emperor himself. Zerfit, voice returned, faint. We were never the enemy. We were the lock. You just broke it. The cathedral trembled. Cracks spiderwebbed the veil. Kael saw futures. Exorcists, turning on each other. Demons wearing ceramite. The Imperium's last defense becoming its doom. He raised his bolter. The censer pulsed, offering a choice. Destroy it and damn the chapter, or become its new guardian possessed, eternally loyal. Kael smiled, tired. Even ghosts hate paperwork. He fired. The moon exploded in holy fire. Banish primes. Sky burned for 3 days. The Exorcists recorded aspirant Voss as Kea, Ahan, other martyr. But in the fortress deepest vault, a new reliquary hums. Inside, a single bolt casing, etched with a name, Zarathustin. The demon waits. So does Kael. Soldiers. Imagine the chill of boots marching through no man's land. Long after the guns fell silent, the exorcists scarred the veil, not with purity, but with understanding. Every brother carries a monster. Every monster carries a truth. The Emperor's confession echoes still. Someone must stand in the gap. Will you?